Well, welcome to Applied Construction. This is kind of a program overview, and really what it is it's a class that students take that we use a 2-year build project to drive our curriculum, to drive our house, or to drive our classes. And depending on the year it is, you might be on the rough-in year or the beginning year or the finish year. Also, you're going to achieve during your first year here, you're going to get a 10-hour OSHA certification, which is an online course that you're going to take. This class is actually a 2-year experience, but you can take it only as 1 year. We cover everything in 1 year, but you can come back the second year and to gain more experience and to complete either the rough-in or the finish year, depending on which cycle that we're on. Also in the spring, we typically take a lot of field trips to different job sites to see other projects. We will not be doing that this year because of COVID, but in years past, that's what we've done. Construction careers, there's a lot of different careers in construction. And I guess what I want you to know, it's not just being a carpenter. That is a very large portion of what we do, because anything that a carpenter does, we actually do out on site. But we do more than that also. You know, we do concrete work, we work on the siding, the insulation, we hang drywall, we finish drywall, we set tile. So we're cabinet makers. We'll do a unit on electrical and plumbing and HVAC. So there's just a lot of different careers out there. And so taking this class is really an opportunity to explore, to see what you like. You know, different students, some students just love to shingle, and so they'd like to work for a roofing company. Some really like electrical and they want to work for electricians. So it's kind of exploratory. We cover a lot of different areas. The delivery style of the program, we actually run 3 different classes. And if you're an early bird and you like to get up and start class early, it starts at 6:55 and it goes for 2 hours and 15 minutes. But we also have a second and a third sessions, and you can see those times there on the screen. But just know that each class is 2 hours and 15 minutes long. The first year, depending on the rough-in or the finish year, depends on what we're going to do, but we still cover all our curriculum. But we have an emphasis either on the rough-in year or the finish year. And then as you come back as a second year, we're going to call it, you're like an advanced student. You become the leaders. It gives you opportunities for students to take a leadership role and continue practicing their construction skills. You know, depending on whether we're on the rough-in or finish is where you would be. You can get credits at your local schools, graduation credits, for taking our class. I highly stress that you get a hold of your local counselors to see what they are. These are some sample credits a lot of times that schools are giving, and so your local school guidance counselor would help you out with that. This is the OSHA certification. You know, it's all about safety. And at the end of the day, you're going to get a card in the mail with your name on it stating that you've completed the course and that you get that certification. And this is a certification that is recognized nationwide. How to enroll? Well, enrollment is ongoing throughout the summer at KCTC. Programs may be full, but you could be added to a waiting list. And if you attend a public, private, or charter school, you can enroll by contacting your guidance counselor. That is key right there, you guys, or folks. If you're looking to come here, you want to get with your guidance counselor if you go to a local school. If you're a homeschool student, you would probably get on the school website, and here's a phone number that you can call. And I guess that's the career development facilitators, and they could schedule a visit. And the other thing is you could always go to the school website, go to the techcenter.org. That is the KCTC website to get more information. Next, just to run through some pictures. These are some pictures of us out on the job site. This was last fall. We poured our own basement, so that's a typical class of 25 students. We're going around there setting forms and working in the fall, getting ready to pour a basement. These other two pictures, I would say, are probably in the range of December. We had a little bit of snow, but you notice how it's cold out. We got coats on and hard hats and gloves, and a little snow on the ground. So know that construction, you have to work in all different kind of weather conditions. And so if you're an outdoor person, this might fall right up your alley. This is a current picture of our house. The only difference is we've just finished the siding where it says Tyvek on the front here in the last few days. So we're getting close to finish. We're getting ready for topsoil and landscaping and little gutters on there. And we're working on the inside of the house. We actually teach the class probably, I would say, in 4 different settings, but 3 major ones. One being the classroom right back at school. We have Mr. Cummings and myself each have our own classroom. This is our construction lab being the second place that we would teach, and the third being out on the site. So in the course of one day, we might be in all 3 places, or we might be just in a construction lab along with the classroom. So just depending on the day and the task at hand. And we use the lab facilities for building all our cabinetry and doors and painting and different things like that. We're going to get ready to build countertops. We're going to do some of that here. But 2 good pictures of our lab. Here's some more pictures of the students out on the site. This is a picture of them pouring the driveway this fall. There's actually a picture of Mohammed and Megan right there in the middle of concrete running a come-along. And the other picture is of us last fall right after the footings were poured. And here we are on finished work of the house. So all the cabinetry that we had built, this is in the basement. We're just setting, this is a bar area that's being set, the cabinetry. And on the other picture is a couple students doing the millwork or trim work around a trade ceiling that's in the master bedroom. This is a couple pictures of some students working in the shop. The student here is making a face frame for one of the vanities. That's the front face of a cabinet for one of the bathrooms, and these guys are working on a little electrical module that we like to run through. Here's Mohammed's. Can I ask Phil if you unmute yourself? Did his video come through any better last time, or the sound?
No, did not.
I'm going to skip Mohammed's then because the video didn't really go through very well, or the sound, sorry. But I'm going to go to the next slide with, here's Megan. I think her sound worked a lot better.
It did. It was louder.
My name is Megan, and I'm a second year at KCTC in Applied Construction. There is 2 years in the program. I'm going to be talking about the finished year, which is towards the kind of end of the house building process. One of the most important things about second year, well, not second year, but is taking your time and really paying attention to detail. Just really getting into the groove. You want to make sure that the house is ready to sell and make sure it's prepared for people who are actually buying the house that are actually interested in it. First thing we do is priming and flooring. We want to make sure those match and look really nice, so when the house gets all in, we get all of our cabinets in, everything looks up to par and ready to go. Next is cabinets, my personal favorite. We actually stay kind of in the shop. We don't really go to the job site too often when it comes to this. And we take our time to actually build the cabinets from scratch up. And we also install the countertops after they're installed into the house. Next is trim work. So we go in from all the way from base, shoes, casing, all over the house, making sure they're all nice and flush and match all around the house from ground up. Finally, we're gonna go on landscaping and decking. Everything outside is gonna make sure the house looks sellable on the outside, matches everything that we do kind of in the rough end, siding, roofing, all that nice jazz. And the top 3 operations for the future that I'd recommend would probably be carpenters, tiles, and cabinet makers.
And we're coming to the tail end of our slides, and I want to open it up for questions. And Mohammed and Megan are here. They've done a fantastic job earlier answering any questions for students that want to hear from another student's perspective. But before I go there, as a young person coming in to take the class, I often want to talk to them about, do they actually like to work with their hands? Because a lot of construction, that's what it is. You like to work with your hands. When we build or whatever we're doing, usually it's something that's tangible when we're done. We can see the fruit of our labor, I guess, when we're done. And so you always got to take a look at that. Do you like to be outdoors? Do you like to be indoors? Are you mechanically inclined? Do things make sense in how things go together? Do you have good basic math skills? Do you understand the concept of measurement? Not that you have to know all these things, but you got to be willing to learn a lot of these things. The other thing is you always need to be work in a team setting. Everybody's contributing. We're using the house as our curriculum. We put together and we sell it when we're done. It's going to be nice. It will be nice. And the other thing about construction is you don't mind getting dirty sometimes. You've actually got to enjoy some physical activity, some work. You might sweat a little bit. You might be cold a little bit. And lastly, that I like to mention is sometimes we deal with heights. Not that we're going to force anybody to do it, but think of yourself as a person. Do you enjoy heights? And if you don't want to put yourself in a position that you're going to have to do that. So just know in construction, heights are out there. Sometimes we climb ladders, sometimes we're on scaffolding, sometimes we're on the roof. Just know that, and that would help make a decision. If you are someone that likes to put things together and work with your hands and be outdoors, this could be a good class for you. But from now, I'm going to open it up. If you got a question, just unmute yourself and fire away, and we'll do the best to answer it that we can.
I have a quick question. Are there projects or things that students do while they're at home or away from, like the classroom?
Most of the we did a little bit this year because of COVID, but in a normal year, most our stuff is done right here at school during class time.
Who buys the homes that you're making?
The highest bidder.
Right?
No, it's open to the public. It's when we
Okay.
put them up for sale. We do not custom build for people. It's for educational purposes, and when we're done, we put it up for sale, or the school puts it up for sale. Any other questions? I guess I would want to add that this came up in one of the other sessions, that you don't have to have any experience to show up at a program like this. We treat every student like they haven't done anything. We know that these are juniors and seniors, and most people haven't done too much. they might have helped mom or dad or grandpa and grandpa, build a shed or shingle something and so, but we got students that have done almost zero in construction, and then we got some that their dad is a pretty big time builder, I guess. And so we have a lot of different variation of skills. And so it's our goal to teach, basic concept and skills and job entry skills that they could leave here. I almost see it as an exploratory because there's so many different facets of construction. Maybe I want to be an electrician, and then we could help you with that direction and show you how to do that, how to find that career or head that direction after graduation. Anything else? Well, we certainly thank you for showing up and having some interest in our program and seeing what we're all about. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to do that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.